call. I called my best friend Joe and left a message on his answering machine. Then the officer said, until that bond arrives, I'm going to have to keep you in a cell. Hopefully it won't be more than 1 or 2 hours. Starting to get serious. They had me empty out my pockets. They took my wallet, my keys, my shoelaces, everything except my pride. That and my fears. And my hopes and dreams. And my love of origami. And my ability to create the illusion of walking against the wind. Well, you get the idea. I was alone. There's no sound more unforgiving than the clang of prison bars shutting behind you. There was no one around except for the guy across the hall. I could tell by the way he was sleeping in his drool that he was a wino. I'm not gonna be your boy! I yelled, almost waking him up. Yeah, this place was ripe for a riot. I began pacing my cell like a caged animal. I'd always believed that old saying that the first 15 minutes in jail are the toughest, until I experienced the 5 minutes after that. They say a year in the clink is equal to 100 outside. By my estimation, every minute seemed like 5. I did some calculating and I concluded that if I'd been a dog, the 20 minutes I'd already spent in here would have been equal to 3.5 years. I decided that that was too long and it was time to make a break for it. So I attempted to carve a realistic-looking handgun out of liquid soap. No dice. My escape attempts foiled, I set about making peace with my strange environment. I arranged the mattress into a makeshift bed. To pass the time, I gave nicknames to everything in my cell. The sink I called toilet, and the toilet sink. And the floor was old Flory. After about 40 minutes, I found myself growing comfortable with prison life, even a little dependent on the routine of it all. I began to wonder about my chances should I get released. Would I be able to cope without this rigid structure? Maybe a halfway house program would help. God in heaven, why do you curse the ground I walk on? Confinement was starting to get to me, but I was not about to give in. From now on, I treat it all as a game that had to be played. I'd toe the line, become a good boy. As I entered my second hour of incarceration, I decided to turn over a new leaf. I picked up a Bible and got religion. I sang sweet blues music to myself to soothe the fury raging inside. I could hear the click and the clack of the officer's boots as he approached my cell. Now was my chance to get in good with him. Hey, officer, I think that wino's been drinking. Yeah, and he's rolling around the floor and mumbling. I think he's planning an escape. What? My bond is here? You mean I'm gonna be free? While my friend Joe paid the bond, I collected my things, and then I took my first steps outside. I was temporarily blinded by the harsh light of the moon. My friend Joe asked me if I wanted to stop by a restaurant or just go straight home. Oh, nothing. Just give me a cigarette. But Bob, you don't smoke. I do now. It's a little habit I picked up in a joint. Hey, Joe, be straight with me. Are these clothes still in? Who's the president now? Have they got those picture phones yet? Joe just shook his head and told me to get in the car. Yeah, I could walk away from jail, but the memory of those shameful lost 2 hours will haunt me forever.